Crack! After weeks inside your egg, you finally break into the world. Warm sunlight hits your face for the very first time. Congratulations! You're officially a dinosaur. Your tiny legs wobble with every step. Giant ferns tower above you, and every strange sound makes you stop and look around in confusion. You search for your mum, but the nest is empty. Looks like prehistoric parenting wasn't exactly known for emotional support. Then you realize something terrifying. Everywhere you look, there's a predator big enough to turn you into breakfast. Your best defense isn't fighting. You press yourself beneath a giant fern and stay perfectly still, hoping nobody notices you're there. Minutes turn into hours. Nothing attacks you, but your growling stomach is starting to make more noise than the jungle itself. Finally, you spot tiny insects crawling across a fallen log. They're small, but right now, they look like a 5-star meal. You snap one up in a single bite. Crunch. Not exactly delicious, but it's food. Congratulations, you've survived your very first hunt. Over the next few weeks, you grow a little bigger every day. Stronger legs and a steadier tail make moving around much easier. Then something changes. The birds stop singing. Even the insects fall silent. That's usually a very bad sign. A huge shadow slides across the ground. You slowly look up, and a giant flying reptile is circling directly above you. Without thinking, you dive beneath the nearest bush. The giant predator swoops past overhead. That was much closer than you'd like. You carefully peek outside again. New survival rule. If the forest suddenly goes quiet, start running before asking why. Time passes, and you're no longer the smallest dinosaur around. Standing a little taller suddenly feels pretty good. Unfortunately, you've reached an awkward size. You're too big to hide behind tiny bushes, but still too small to scare anyone. Then your nose catches the smell of fresh plants. Finally, after all that worrying, it's time to eat something decent. You happily munch on giant leaves in a peaceful clearing. Everything feels safe. For about 5 seconds. A deafening roar shakes the entire valley. Every creature freezes. Your brain is confused, but your legs already know what to do. From now on, you check the sky, the bushes, and even behind you before taking another step. Being careful keeps you alive. As the months pass, your body grows stronger. You're taller, more confident, and starting to look like a real dinosaur. One morning, giant footprints appear in the mud. They definitely don't belong to you, and you'd rather not find out whose they are. Instead of chasing trouble, you notice a tiny lizard on a fallen log. Now that looks like a much safer meal. You crouch low, hold your breath, then leap. Unfortunately, the lizard disappears, and you land face first in the dirt. You quickly look around with an awkward smile. Nobody saw that, right? Let's just pretend it never happened. Luckily, every failed hunt teaches you something. Before long, your movements become smoother, quieter, and much more accurate. Now finding food feels much easier. You walk through the jungle carrying your latest meal, feeling more confident than ever. Just when life starts improving, dark clouds roll across the sky. A powerful storm is heading straight toward you. Lightning crashes nearby as floodwater races through the forest. Suddenly, staying dry becomes your biggest challenge. You struggle through the rushing water, climbing onto slippery rocks and searching for higher ground before the river sweeps you away. Eventually, the rain stops. You stand exhausted, looking across a forest that's been completely changed by the storm. Years pass, and your body transforms into a powerful adult. For the first time, smaller dinosaurs move aside when they see you. Walking through the jungle feels amazing, until a distant roar reminds you that something much bigger still lives out there. Far away, an enormous predator appears along the riverbank. For a second, you think about challenging it, then wisely change your mind. You quietly back into the trees without making a sound. Sometimes the smartest victory is avoiding the fight completely. After a long search, you discover a peaceful valley filled with food, fresh water, and shelter. At last, you've found a place to call home. You've survived hungry predators, deadly floods, and countless close calls. But nature still has one final surprise waiting for you. Years have passed, and you've become one of the biggest dinosaurs around. Smaller animals quickly move aside whenever they see you coming. Then mating season begins. Another dinosaur steps into your territory, and suddenly it's time to prove you're the stronger one. After plenty of impressive displays, you finally find a mate. Together, you build a safe nest for the next generation. Now your job is simple: protect the eggs. Every rustling bush could be a hungry thief looking for an easy meal. One by one, the eggs begin to crack. Tiny baby dinosaurs peek outside, starting the same dangerous journey you once did. As the years pass, your body begins to slow down. Every step feels heavier, and even simple walks leave you feeling tired. You spot an easy meal and give chase, but after only a few seconds, you're forced to stop and watch it escape. Instead, you spend more time resting beside quiet rivers. You've learned that saving your energy is sometimes the smartest choice. Then one evening, the sky begins glowing brighter than ever before. You stare upward, wondering what you're looking at. A giant ball of fire races across the sky. You have no idea what it is, but something tells you it isn't good. Suddenly, the ground shakes beneath your feet. Trees fall, rocks tumble, and the whole world seems to move around you. Smoke and ash fill the sky as fire spreads across the land. Daylight slowly disappears behind thick clouds. Soon, the plants begin to disappear. With less food around, the jungle becomes quieter and emptier every single day. Finding food is harder than ever. You watch distant prey walk away, knowing you no longer have the strength to chase it. Standing alone, you finally understand one thing. No matter how powerful you become, nature is always more powerful. Across the land, the great dinosaurs slowly disappear. One by one, an entire world begins to fade away. After ruling the earth for millions of years, the age of the dinosaurs quietly comes to an end. But not every dinosaur is gone. A few small feathered survivors live on, carrying your story into the future. Believe it or not, today's birds are their descendants. Every pigeon, eagle, and even every chicken shares your ancient family tree. So, why did it suck to be born as a dinosaur? Because surviving every predator was only half the battle. In the end, even the strongest couldn't stop nature. At least, chickens seem to be doing just fine.